and welcome back. In this video, we're going to finish our conversation with Amber Sonsalla, and we're going to talk about the benefits and the opportunities that we see for the future in regards to private associations and building a brand new world.
Awesome.
So what do you think? I mean, are we all nuts? Are we part of some big conspiracy theory, or do we really have something here?
Well, if you start digging into, like I mentioned before, Christine Hall's Liberty First Society course, and digging into our founding documents, like the Federalist Papers, the Anti-Federalist Papers, which I did not even know was a thing. I'll be honest, I'll out myself until I started taking her class. So that goes to show how poor my public education was. But when you start digging into these documents, digging into their writings, the founders and the framers, and the history that they're pulling from that built up or led up to the creation of our Constitution, because even though they call it a great experiment, it was a 700 year in the making, 700 plus year in the making experiment, dating back to the Magna Carta and beyond. So they knew what they were doing. And they were learning from experience too. So between digging into our state and US constitutions, and then also just digging into the case law, the tried and true case law, you know, I definitely see a really strong and beautiful future for us being able to just get back to what was meant to be, and knowing the natural, the God-given natural laws or the natural rights that we have. And for so long, we thought we had, all these things, and yet we just had a tip of the iceberg taste sampler of it compared to what we're really supposed to have. And that alone just sets my soul on fire. Just picturing the world we're creating here. And if any of you, I don't know if you've seen The Greatest Showman, but that movie is by far my all-time favorite and my inspiration, because that's how I feel about what I do. We're literally creating this beautiful thing for the world to enjoy. And I truly believe, it starts here, because our Constitution is the one that can set this up for the rest of the world to copy. So I really feel like we are the role models for what the rest of the world can enjoy, not just our country.
Yeah. Well, when you look at that too, it's biblical, it's constitutional, which our Constitution was built upon.
Right. Yes. Yep.
Yeah. And then when you read private membership association founding documents, every single time I read my own, or as I'm writing up for a client, I get on fire.
Yeah,
because it is so, it's so comforting, it's visionary, it's aha, oh yeah, it's all of the things.
Yep, all of the things, exactly. It really is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it really takes, it not only takes back the self-responsibility, but also takes back the control and the power, over associating with each other. Something that I've always, not always, that's a generalization, something that I've started really conveying when I'm working with people is that when we have a private business, compared to like what we've known private business to be for the last, several decades, what it really is, in my words, is a privately owned public business. Because if it's open for public accommodation, it's open to being regulated in the public domain, and its public jurisdiction. A true private business or a true private education association is that it's private, it's yours, and you get to be the boss. You get to choose how that functions. And as faith-based people, we get to be in alignment with our faith structure, and the courts determine that a faith is a strongly or firmly held belief. That's it. If you have a firmly or strongly held belief in anything, that's what you get to establish this on. That's the foundation you get to use. Not somebody else's determination or, explanation of something.
Mhm.
And I think that's the most beautiful part of it is it's all in here.
Yeah.
It truly is. It's all what resonates and what is in alignment with your purpose. And that's why I do whatever I do, with all of my activities, is I feel my purpose is to help others discover and fulfill their God-given purpose. And that's what this is doing. It's helping people tune back into that purpose in their life as a parent, as an educator, like with you, what you do with, helping heal people and help people with their health and wellness, getting back to that true purpose that you have and helping show you how you can do it in a way that's in alignment with, your purpose.
So so let's get real. It is March 14th, 2022, and we're watching prices skyrocket. Not to be scary or anything, let's just be realistic. It's not going to get better for a little bit. However, what I'm envisioning is it's also going to keep pushing us and hopefully you in the direction of saying, okay, there's a private education association over here or ministry. There is a healing over here. There's people who are doing food over here, or maybe somebody's got a bigger thing going on and they're doing all of them at once. We're asking people to come in and be protected in there. We've got the bank, the banking, we can't call it a bank, with the private financial association wrapping in. And so what I'm seeing is that we're going to be able to soon visit each of these associations. Is that how you're seeing it, Amber?
Yeah, I see it as an entirely, new community, really. We're a community of like-minded individuals, each doing our own niche of things, whether it's building a house or, heating the house, all of these different things, and being able to network with each other, to partner with each other, contract with each other, and do it privately. And so not, I don't know if synonymously is the right word, but parallel to, the system that we're used to in the public domain. We get to set, our own prices. We get to decide if we're going to barter or not, all of these things. So yeah, I totally see that. And I see the beauty and the potential that it has in so many different things. We get to co-create this together.
I love it. Let's speak to a moment. I had not intended this, but let's speak to a moment as when any organization begins the PMA structure, the private domain is longstanding. It is legal. It just feels new because we weren't taught about it. But as organizations found and grow, there is almost always some stuff that goes on, some division, some different ideas, especially when you get a bunch of free thinkers. So I guess what I want to say about that and have your thoughts on that is follow your heart when you hear dissension in ranks, and just check in with yourself of who has classically done good out there. And know that each one of us in this particular group is working so hard to do exactly that, is to bring health and healing and wellness in all the areas to our world. Did I say that gently enough?
I think so. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's about integrity.
Yes.
And it is about morality. Like, if we're in tune with our purpose is some sort of service for others. Zig Ziglar is like famous for this quote that we can only get what we want in life if we help others get what they want. And if we're not, what are we really doing here? So yeah, focus on integrity, focus on who is consistently showing up. And yeah, absolutely tune into that, that inner guidance, the spirit within you telling you and guiding you in the right direction. I've worked with a lot of people, both prior to PMA stuff and within PMA stuff, who have dealt with, abusive relationships, whether it's intimate or work related. And in any of it, look at the red flags and be honest with yourself. Are there any red flags? Or are you just, and I'm not saying this in a bad way, but like, is fear controlling your decision making, or is coming from a place of love controlling your decision making? Mm-hmm. Because if you're coming from a place of fear, it's really easy not to see the red flags, if there are any. If you're coming from a place of love, you're going to resonate with the people you're working with or you want to work with, and it's just going to click. It's just going to click. And it shouldn't be difficult. It should be easy.
No. And I would just also say that if there's rumors, or I'll just put it this way. When I look at politicians, and every year when it comes around to election time and they all got to badmouth each other, I go, well, I'm not going to vote for any of you, because if you got a bad mouth, that's just
right.
So if you're hearing other people saying things that aren't nice, then you kind of know that that's out of integrity, and we aren't going to do that.
Yep, 100%. I mean, when I got into network marketing, there are competing companies, and the highest integrity I can choose is to only speak good about the stuff that I know and that I can do, and not put down, because that brings me down to that level anyways, even if it is true. And so I choose not to lower my energy and lower my level to that. I just want to boost, bring everyone up to a higher level of function and a higher level of integrity.
Yes. Which is why I wanted to have this conversation, or these conversations with Amber. You're just so full of wisdom at such a young age. And knowledge and integrity. And I personally appreciate you so much. Thank you for sharing that with all of my viewers. And we will definitely have her contact information. And please like, subscribe, and share. Reach out with questions, and we will see you in the next video.
Awesome. It's been my pleasure.